Thanks for coming today. I'm doing this speech for my communications class, as you can see, so I appreciate you being here. And feel free to participate in it. So, it's recording. You can see the back of your heads to prove that I have an audience. And conflict at work. Imagine, if you will, you're at a dental office and you're waiting in the chair, sitting back. You're a little bit nervous because you've got to get a root canal, and quite frankly, nobody likes to get a root canal done. So you're a little bit nervous. You're just kind of waiting for the dentist to come in, and you start hearing people yelling behind you. Can't really understand at first what's happening. Then they start walking in the hall behind you. You can hear two women yelling back and forth at each other. Doesn't really do much to help your nerves, especially when one of them then enters the room and you find out that it's a dental assistant that's about to help work on your dental work with your root canal. How do you think that's going to make you feel?
Not good.
Not good?
Nervous.
No? Do you think you're going to want to go to this dental office?
No.
In the future, or even stay there for your root canal?
No.
Is there a likelihood that you might just get up and reschedule for another day or another doctor office?
Yeah.
All right. Now, that's definitely one thing that I've had the unfortunate experience of having people fighting outside of a dental practice before, and had a doctor call in and say, as he's pulling his hair out, "Can you help me? I need some help. I need someone that can come in and help manage my staff, because quite frankly, I can't seem to control them, and I need someone that has the time to do it so I can focus on my patients." That's where I come in. Conflict in the workplace is incredibly damaging. It has a damaging effect on business, on the employees, and it causes business to miss out on a lot of positive benefits that would otherwise exist. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of those things. Alright, so how conflict affects business. According to Positive Solutions Group, there's multiple ways that it's going to have a negative effect on your business. One is primarily you're going to have dissatisfied customers. As we've talked about, here's that person sitting in the dental chair. You're very likely to ever return to that dental office when someone's having a screaming fit behind your back and then gets to work on your teeth right afterward. You're going to have reduced referrals. If you're that patient in the chair, you're not going to refer your friends or family to come to that dental practice and get their work done. And it's decreased productivity. Any employee that is involved in conflict, they're going to have less work that they continue to get. Alrighty. So not only is it a negative effect on the business, but it also has a negative effect on employees. According to Adler and Elmer's conflict in the workplace, over half employees said they lost time worrying about past complications or worrying about future conflicts. If you're say you're the other dental assistant in that situation, someone's screaming and yelling at you, when you go back to work the next day, are you going to be focused on what you need to do? Most likely not. So you're probably going to have a negative effect on your own productivity. Unhappy employees are less productive, less likely to participate in team activities or group tasks, more likely to find new employment, and the worst case scenario could be violence in the workplace. Violence is the most extreme form of workplace conflict. Acts of violence are a result of failed conflict management. Although it may seem extreme, there have been many situations where, as all of us have heard work stories, I'm sure unfortunately, of people that either they're walking out the door because they're already being terminated because they've had conflicts in the past and they throw a big fit on the way out, or think Jerry Maguire in that instance. Something to that effect, where there's a large conflict that comes about. All of these types of things have a negative effect on the employees, and result an additional negative effect on the business. There are also going to be benefits that are missed when conflict arises in the workplace. Reduced conflict means increased happiness, right? There's less conflict, you're going to be happier. Can I get a volunteer to read some of the things that take place when you are happy?
You feel good. You feel joy, cheer, peace, and contentment. You're pleased with who you are and what you do. People enjoy being around you. You have a higher self-esteem. Your life is improved physically. You can more easily solve any problems that may arise. You have additional energy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Who can tell me how those types of things, if you're a happy person, how is having your life in this manner going to affect your work?
You don't, because you're not dreading going to work and you're not taking that extra stress home with you, and bringing it into your family environment as well.
Right. The key one is people enjoy being around you. If you're working in a team environment and nobody wants to be around you, that's going to make it a lot harder for things to get done, right? And as we saw before, that there's going to be people aren't task-oriented when there's conflict in the workplace. So if they're unhappy, they aren't productive, nobody wants to be around them, it just creates a larger problem. The next would be, one thing that's missing out is employee loyalty. According to loyaltyresearch.com, employee loyalty can be defined as employees being committed to the success of the organization and believing that working for this organization is their best option. Not only do they plan to remain with the organization, but they do not actively search for an alternative employment and are not responsive to offers. So having employee loyalty ultimately saves cost to the business because your employees aren't leaving. When they're focused on their workplace, they aren't looking to go anywhere else, which means you don't have to hire new people. Having to hire new employees is incredibly ineffective cost management in business.
And it also helps when customers, whatever business it is, but in a dental office, if the employees are positive, they're happy to see you, you want to go there,
Right.
and then the word spreads that you have an enjoyable experience.
Absolutely.
And then you actually, even if you hate dental work, don't mind going in.
Very true. That's actually been the effect since we, myself and some new staff members that I brought on have come into the dental practice. It's turned into much more of that experience than the previous. It's been a great benefit for the doctors in the practice. All right, so as we mentioned, you would have increased profits if there's less conflict because customers are more likely to be there. You don't have employee retention issues. Ultimately, that's going to work towards your benefit, increasing your profits. Conflict resolution is vital to the success of any business. If you have conflict within your business, you're going to miss out on great opportunities. You're going to have to replace employees. You may have to go replace furnishings. If there's violence in the workplace, it can be very
You have to
extreme.
replace customers too.
Absolutely. So you're going to lose out on business. There's a study done by Sears that noted that when they had high employee happiness, they had a 5% increase in profit revenue. So it just goes to show you that having conflict in the workplace is incredibly damaging. So is having counterfeit software. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Can you edit that out?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, I can't edit anything, but that's